Hello everyone, I hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday. It is Wednesday, April 24th, 2019. We are going live to answer your core cutting related questions. If you're watching this on repeat, it's about 8 p.m. Eastern here. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we jump live on YouTube to answer your core cutting related questions. I do try to answer some questions in the comments when I get time. Sometimes I run busy, but you can always join us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, or in the show notes down below, I have a link to our Facebook group, All Core Cutting Tech Support, where you can post core cutting related questions to get help with your core cutting questions. So there's about 50-some thousand people there that do nothing but answer core cutting related questions. So if it's not live, feel free to join us then for our weekly chat. I'm going to share this on social media, and then we'll jump into, grab this mouse, then we'll jump into our weekly regular questions. So if you're new here, again, join the Q&A post that you're here, that you can hear us. Hello, movie fan. And we'll get started. Mike, good to see you here also. All right, we are finishing up. Chris, Clark, good to see you here. Sean, it's so great to see so many regulars here every single week. I really appreciate your support. All right, so we are, as soon as this kicks in, gonna be live. Johnny, News Wars, Martin, it's good to see you all here. Elliot, welcome everybody. All right. Angel, DirecTV Now has not been shut down by AT&T, but they definitely lost subscribers today. So AT&T and Verizon combined lost 800,000 subscribers. DirecTV Now again lost 80-some thousand subscribers. Very, very shocking to see so many people canceling DirecTV Now and DirecTV, especially when you see services like Hulu and YouTube TV and Sling TV growing in subscribers. It's interesting to see DirecTV Now losing subscribers, and AT&T says they expect them to continue to lose subscribers going forward for some time. So very interesting. We'll have to keep a close eye on that and see what happens. You know, is AT&T going to right the ship? We'll wait and see. Who will buy Fox Sports? So Disney's got Fox Sports up for sale. And it looks like Sinclair is one of the top bidders. By all reports, Sinclair right now is the leader. That doesn't mean that this couldn't change sometime soon. We'll see what happens. But for now, Sinclair is the leader with the fight for Fox Regional Sports. We'll probably know in the next week or two who won that. When is YouTube TV going to be back on the Fire Stick? They've announced it's coming, but we don't know when. Sometime this year, it will be back. They have not said when. Watching from Wrigley Field. Hello, Dean and Pam. How's the game at Wrigley Field? And I appreciate that you're finding us more interesting than baseball, maybe? I'm going to take that as a compliment. I think I may be. We'll see. No, I'm kidding there. I hope you're enjoying the game. Yes, Fox Nation did launch on YouTube or on Roku. You can now watch Fox Nation through your favorite Roku TV player or stick. Do I know anything about the live wave antenna? I've heard mixed reviews from people who actually got it. It seems like pretty much like any other antenna out there. How am I doing? Very well, Colin. Thanks for asking. Robert and there's somebody else, a member, Willie. Thanks for being members and supporting the YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. $5 a month goes a long ways to help the channel. Where can I get 5G home service in the New York area? Any companies? In the New York City area, Starry, S-T-A-R-R-Y, is live with a 5G wireless service. It's about $200, $300 down, and it offers unlimited data for $50. They're the first ones in New York City. So if you're in the greater New York City area, check that out. Yes, Kevin asks, since YouTube is coming back to the Fire TV, will YouTube TV? Yes, YouTube TV and YouTube Kids is coming to the Fire TV. I'm considering doing a class at our local library in core cutting. Any suggestions? Larry, if you send us an email through the contact us over at corecarsnews.com. I'll have Becca, the office manager, email you a little handout we use when we do those classes. Allergies are doing not too bad today. A lot of rain. Hopefully that just kind of washes all that pollen away. We'll see what happens. NYC says, I convinced my parents to cut the cord. We've got Hulu with live TV. However, my parents are not convinced about paying to buy their own modem and having an outdoor antenna installed. Any suggestions? Start slow, NYC. You got them on the live TV. See if that works. And you can always talk to them at a later date about adding in a outdoor antenna. So, and buying their own antenna or buying their own modem. So my recommendation always is fax are the most effective with this. So I would go and show them like, hey, here's the cost of a modem I would suggest. In 4 months, 5 months, whatever the price may be, we can start, saving money versus renting every month. Hello, Tom. Good to see you here. With Fubo getting Viacom, will YouTube TV follow that trend? Maybe, but as always, the more channels you add, the more expensive things become. So just keep that in mind. All right. So is Sling TV going to add any more locals? I wouldn't expect Sling TV to add locals. They've been very clear that they do not. They're not interested in adding locals at this time because locals cost about $11 to $16 a month. So if you add locals, that $25 bill is now like a $40 bill. So Sling TV wants to be the streaming service for companies who, or for people who have an antenna. It's not a bad plan of theirs. It honestly isn't. Dean and Pam, it's good to see you're watching from Wrigley Field. Any word on a PlayStation View is getting the History Channel? Nope, nothing new. Could happen, but at this moment I have not heard anything about it. And typically with things like adding new channels, very, very rarely do we get an early heads up about them adding. Typically we just find out when it happens. Hello, Luke. This is Judy, Larry's wife. What do I tell people that say we are cheating television studios, which are laying people off, or that what we are doing is legal? Well, first of all, stick to the legal services. For instance, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon are all perfectly legal. If you want a live TV service, get one of the legal ones like Hulu, Amazon, all the other legal ones out there. There's so many. Or not Amazon. Amazon doesn't have one, but so many legal ones out there. So just tell them, hey, we're getting a legal one. If I'm getting Hulu, it's partially owned by the movie studios. If I'm getting Sling, it's owned by Dish. If I'm getting DirecTV Now, it's owned by AT&T, etc. Just give them information. Anybody who thinks that cord cutting is somehow stealing from movie studios executives or people who work at movie studios, etc., or TV studios, at some point you just got to kind of say, okay, whatever. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. I'm going to go do what I do, and you can do whatever you do, unfortunately. But I would just let them know that, hey, we're using all the legal things. There are so many great options out there, and there's no reason to overpay for TV just so some executive could get a third jet. That's my thoughts on it. Do you think Verizon will include YouTube TV with one of their unlimited data plans as part of the new deal with Google? Yeah, so Verizon, Colin, is right. Verizon struck a deal that they'll start selling YouTube TV later this year. They already in a trial with 5G. You can get extended free trial from Verizon for YouTube TV. Now they're announced that they're going to start selling it. Now they haven't said anything about bundling. Could be very well that they offer some bundles, maybe some higher end service or higher in unlimited and more kind of plans like AT&T. You can get maybe a discount on YouTube TV. We'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't necessarily expect it free, but I wouldn't be surprised if they offer some type of bundle deal either. Luke, do you think Fubo will ever get ESPN and Disney? You would think they will at some point, but so far we haven't heard anything. Huge says, I was paying Dish $170 a month. Now I'm playing PlayStation View and Philo $65 a month. I have everything I watched on Dish. Yeah, Huge. I find for the vast majority of Americans, you'll get everything you want and more with cord cutting. And there's always this one, the media out there, let's call them, always seems to find this one person who's super addicted to something or some way, or they go all their way to find somebody who cannot save money with cord cutting or isn't giving them what they want. The truth is, like you just showed, the vast majority of Americans will get everything they want and save money with cord cutting. So it's great to see that you're saving money with Philo and YouTube TV, over $100 a month. That's great to hear. All right. Does YouTube TV use your data to see what we're watching and use the data to sell ads? John, they're not using your data, because when you want to watch a channel on YouTube TV, you have to send a request to YouTube, say, hey, YouTube TV, send me ESPN, and then they send you ESPN. That request going out is what tells them what you want to watch. So it's not like they're using additional data. There's no way around it. The only way to send you what you want to watch is for when you click on the icon for ESPN, for example, it sends a tiny message to YouTube TV, and then YouTube TV says, oh, he wants ESPN, send the ESPN channel. That is how they know what you're watching. The good news about that, this is one of those great things. We all probably heard the Nielsen ratings in the past, right? They used to have devices that would sit in people's homes, and it would show that, or it used to be on paper too. They would write down what they watch, and they would like survey a handful of people, and then use that survey of a handful of people to try to say, hey, this is what everyone is watching in this area. Well, the truth is that's just not how things work. And now with things like YouTube and Sling TV and others, they can actually say, here's what everyone is really watching in real time, which means that show you like, when you watch it, you support it. In the past, we saw this with like Star Trek and Babylon 5, the original Star Trek. They didn't really realize how popular it was until after they canceled it. And then after some of the success later. So they later went and brought it back because they found out. Family Guy is another example of this. They didn't realize how popular Family Guy was until after they canceled it. So the fact that, yes, they do know what you're watching also means you're supporting the TV shows you like, because they now know you actually watch them, which makes it more likely that they will renew it for another season. Hope that answers your question. NYC, hey, thank you so much for that $2 donation. Really appreciate it. Yes, the Netgear Nighthawk is a modem router I would recommend. Netgear products are very good. When is the Apple TV app coming to Roku? Sometime this year. We haven't heard when. Hopefully sometime this summer at the latest, fingers crossed. With the rise of YouTube and others, have you heard that has helped PlayStation View now that it costs about the same? I haven't heard that's helped PlayStation View yet. Now, I do know PlayStation View is making a renewed effort to try to grow the channel or the service. We'll see. It's been a long time since they've made any announcements about the success of PlayStation View. Mary says, I have not had cable in 6 years. I have an antenna, Amazon, and Netflix with an Android box. More than I could ever watch. My home burned. Burned now in a fifth wheeler. Best antenna for an RV. Winegard, I believe, makes a lot of antennas specifically built for RVs. Very sorry to hear about your home. You go and join. Here's the big question: you go and join the full-time RV life and just travel the United States. I know a couple people doing that now. But as far as what's the best antenna for an RV, I hear Winegard has some that are specifically built to be put on the roof of an RV. They can lower up and then down when you move it. Depending where you are, an indoor antenna may work, but a lot of RVs are metal, which does kind of cut back on the reception a little bit. So that's what I'll check out. Anybody know an antenna manufacturer for RVs or fifth wheelers in this case, other than Winegard? Let me know. I'm thinking about doing away with the 4 extra deal and getting Philo. My current bill is just $55, and I'll save money. Will I save money by doing this? Robert, it's kind of hard to say. I'm assuming you have the Sling TV the $10 deal, which gets you 4 additional add-ons. So I'm not sure. You have to look if Philo offers the channels you want for less. And let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you when you do that math, Robert. It's kind of hard one of those things to say if it's worth it or not. Does it offer the channels you want is the big question. Billy, thank you so much for that $10 donation. It's a huge, huge help. He says, love the channel. Watch every week. Thanks for the daily updates. Thank you, Billy. Those daily updates were kind of a labor of love, and I'm glad to hear you're enjoying watching them. They're definitely a little bit of work, but they're a lot of fun to do. Will the NFL Network be back on Uverse for the NFL Draft or for the 2019 season? From talking to AT&T, it sounds unlikely at this moment that we'll be back anytime soon. So I would say definitely not for the draft from the sounds of it. If you want it, you have Uverse TV, you want the NFL Network, go sign up for a free trial of Sling TV and take advantage of the NFL Network or PlayStation View or Fubo. They all have the NFL Network there. So take advantage of the free trial. And then, if you like it, maybe dump Uverse TV and just go with a streaming service. Is there any service going to permit true a la carte TV selections? Slowly, but we're just not quite there yet. Not enough pressure has been put on channel providers to launch that feature. The reason why we don't have it right now, or the reason why a la carte's not here everywhere, there is one option I'll get to in a minute, is the fact that it would mean many channels won't survive. Even channels like CNN rely on people who don't watch them to actually pay for the channel out there. I think I read CNN was one of the channels listed that if a la carte wouldn't happened, not enough people would be interested in paying for CNN to make CNN a viable channel under its current format. There is, as more and more cancellations happen and as they get more desperate, I expect that a la carte TV will come. A la carte TV will mean there'll be a dramatic drop in the number of channels out there. So just keep that in mind. Some will just not survive. But you could get, if you have Spectrum, if you live in an area with Spectrum Internet, if you get Spectrum Internet for about $25, I think a fee may be in that, but you can go and get Spectrum Choice, which is a streaming service that gives you your locals, a bunch of music channels no one cares about, and you get your 10 channels of your choice from a list. So you get to pick from a long list and watch it, those 10 channels for, I think it works out to be somewhere in the ballpark of $30 when all done said. But it is the closest thing to a la carte, and that's what I expect more and more providers to do. Is I think the first phase of a la carte will be like, hey, you pay $30, you pick 10, 13, 15 channels in this list, and you got those 10 channels or maybe 15 channels that you want. So that, if you happen to live in one of those areas, that's a great option. It's not perfect, doesn't have quite all the channels, and the DVR is not free. You have to pay another fee, so keep that in mind. But yes, a la carte will come. I think the first step of it will be these bundles. Farther down the road we go, the more a la carte we'll get. There has been talk from Discovery that they intend to launch, bring some of their, quote, less popular channels. So I wouldn't expect this for like TLC or Discovery, but they're less popular channels over to more of a direct-to-consumer system there. So keep that in mind as something to watch for in the future. What are our thoughts on the new Sirius XM deal? The new streaming-only bundle, not a bad option. I would say if you has the channels you want, get it. I do enjoy Sirius XM when I travel across country. I do enjoy Sirius XM during football season. It's not a bad service at all. But the new streaming-only package really is focused for people with like an Echo or I think Google Home also has a Sirius XM app. So those are one of the key things there. All right. Hey, I see so many new people here today. Thank you for joining us. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're right here on YouTube answering your core cover related questions, trying to help you break free from that high cost of cable TV and still watch what you want to watch. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us, and hopefully we can help you. We also do daily core cutting updates, Monday through Friday, where we talk all things core cutting, let you know all the biggest news in the world of core cutting. and help you try to save some money on it. So just if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us, and hopefully we can help you. All right, let's keep the questions coming. How can I sync two TVs to play the same YouTube music at the same time? For example, my kitchen TV and my living room TV play the same YouTube video. I'm not sure about YouTube video, but I believe Amazon Echoes do this. Amazon Echoes allow the ability to sync music and stuff across multiple Echo devices. And I think Google Home does that too. You may want to look at getting a couple Google Homes if you're looking to do that. I have a couple Echoes like in the kitchen and in the living room, and I have them synced that it says, tell the Echo to play Sirius XM in the main floor, and then those two speakers start playing, which is really nice. It's also a nice intercom system. So check that out. All right, does Locast have an app on the Samsung Smart TV? I do not believe so. They do have an app on the Roku, and I think they have AirPlay casting for the Apple TV, and they say Fire TV support is in the works. Here, hey, I'm undecided between YouTube TV and PlayStation View. Please let me have a vote. I need some decision. Well, everybody let them know. YouTube TV versus PlayStation View. But in all reality, next tunes, it really comes down to what you want. Which one has the channels you want? They're both great. I don't think you're going to go wrong either way if it offers the channels you want. My recommendation, they both offer free trials. YouTube TV is somewhere between 7 and 14 days, depending on the week. PlayStation View is 14 days. Try both. See which one you like. PlayStation View is on sale right now for the core plan for $39.99 for the first 2 months. So shop around, get the one you want. And remember, if you pick one and you decide it's not what you want, you can always go and switch back. You can always say, hey, I got PlayStation View, decided I didn't like it, or maybe it's YouTube TV, I didn't like it. Just cancel and go to the other one. That's the great thing about cord cutting is you're not tied to a contract. So you can easily say, I'm going to test out this service, see if it works. If it doesn't, now I'm going to go test out that service. So, and the truth is you're going to find people who love YouTube, people who hate YouTube. You're going to find people who love PlayStation View. You're going to find out people who hate PlayStation View. It really comes down to which one has the channels you want. I would argue against the idea that cord cutting is getting just as bad as cable. For instance, Spectrum raised the price on Spectrum TV's fees twice within less than half a year. Definitely something not happening in the world of cord cutting. Luke, what's your opinion on IPTV? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That's my thoughts. Typically, YouTube TV has all your locals. So does PlayStation View nowadays. PlayStation View has done a good job recently of adding most locals. Best way to get unlimited Wi-Fi? That's really hard to say. Depends on where you live. Shop around though. Feel free to play your DSL and your cable provider against each other. Do you know if the Locast will be available in New Orleans? They say they plan to keep expanding into new markets, so hopefully they come to New Orleans. Well, Randy, if you don't like DirecTV Now, there's plenty of other services. Sling TV starts at $15 a month right now. PlayStation View starts at $40 a month. Check it out. Luke, do you see Disney Plus creating more Marvel original series? Yes, I do fully expect that Disney Plus will continue to create original series for not just Marvel, but Pixar and Disney content and more. So yeah, I would say they will continue to develop more and more content. All right. Once OTA broadcasts were able to charge cable companies, that's really hurt cable pricing. Not just that part of it, because there's so many other factors that hurt cable, but you are right. That cable providers paying for locals did definitely raise the rates. Will Locast New York State, even though... Will Locast come to more of New York State? Yeah, very well possible. Locast, though, has not announced where they intend to launch next. All right, real quick, I'm going to play a little 30-second ad because this helps pay the bills. And appreciate everybody who's going to hang in for the 15, 30 seconds. If you're one of the people who have to see the ad, really appreciate your support because it helps us stay in business. For everybody else who's here, in the show notes down below, we have a new Core Cars News app. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of our stories, because we post stories all the time, at 7 days a week, we're always posting. Check out that link down in the show notes. We have an app for iOS, Android, and the Amazon Fire tablets. If you like our app, please give us a 5-star rating. That really helps us out by having a 5-star rating. We would appreciate your support. So check that out down in the show notes down below if you want to get the Core Cars News app. Do I think CBS and Viacom will merge together? The family who owns the majority of CBS and the family who owns the majority of Viacom definitely seems to want to have a merger back together. So I would expect that, yes, it's more likely than not that they will merge back together. I thought YouTube TV was coming to the Fire Stick. YouTube TV is coming to the Fire Stick, but they say sometime this year. They have not said when. Yeah, Robert, I'm not sure how they decide who sees the ad and who does not see the ad, but only about a third of the people when I click that button see the ad. Luke, on the new Disney Plus streaming service from Disney, will they have shows and movies from the 50s, 60s, and 70s? They will have some shows and movies from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, but probably not everything. We don't have a full list yet of everything. All right. Does TiVo have a Roku channel? Not yet, but the TiVo has announced that they are rolling out a TiVo app for Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV that will allow you to stream the content from your TiVo on your Roku, Apple, etc. Yes, if you are a YouTube premium, you will not see those ads, but we still get some money for your view, and we do appreciate it. Will Amazon Music come to the Google Home? Probably not, but stranger things have happened. I just wouldn't hold your breath for it. Living in an RV now, how can I get unlimited data? I would shop around. The problem is unlimited data on your cell phone is pretty easy. AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile all offer that. Unlimited data hotspot is the problem with a lot of them. I think Verizon goes up to 25 gigs, while you can burn through 25 gigs streaming pretty quickly. I think T-Mobile has one. I think Verizon may have another one that's an option. Fortunately, I'm not very familiar with that, but my recommendation to you is to go and go to Verizon, go to T-Mobile, go to AT&T store and say, hey, I want unlimited hotspot data. What can we do? Now, a lot of them will allow you to go over that 25 gigs. They just slow you down to 2G. Maybe there's ones out there that slow you down to 3G. If anybody knows, they may comment. But let me make a note to do a little research on that huge, because I'm just not familiar. That's not a question I get asked a lot. All right, I just made myself a note for tomorrow, and I'll try to do a little work research on that. Will the NFL Network come to YouTube TV? It could, but again, we haven't heard anything to make us think that that is in the process of happening. Bradley, no, that's not true. AT&T will allow you to have a hotspot if your plan supports it, but they do cap it. The 4G speed is capped on that, and eventually they'll drop you back down to a slower speed. Richard says his T-Mobile plan for $70 a month does offer unlimited hotspot. The only question, Richard, is it throttled at any point, or is it one of those subject to data usage in the area? Let me know. Yes, TiVo is once again suing Comcast for patent infringement. They're fighting over DVR patents. I'm glad you like the review of the Westgate Hotel. When will YouTube TV be available on the Fire TV Stick? They have not said, other than that it'll happen sometime this year. Could be tomorrow, could be December 31st. We just don't know. MyTube, not really sure what you're talking about there. Okay, I'll have to talk to them again. Yeah, Bradley, fingers crossed. Hopefully one of those options will be right for you. Luke, what do you think of the minimum download bandwidth should be for reliable streaming? From my experience and from talking to people in the industry, some of the biggest streaming services, some of the executives out there, they recommend 20 to 25 down as a minimum for streaming to get the best experience. Really, I find once you get over 100 down, that you will, if all you're doing is streaming Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Sling, once you get over 100 down, you're really not going to see any return on your investment on that. MyTube, why do we talk about Fox? We're a news organization that talks about streaming. I'm going to talk about streaming from all sides. We talk about the NBC, MSNBC news service. We talk about the Fox service. We talked about CNN's news service. My job as a reporter is to cover the news. I'm not here to tell you what to think or what to do. So we're going to cover news where it is. It's just that simple. Now it's up to you. If you like CNN, great. If you like MSNBC, great. If you like Fox, great. Well, we're just going to talk about the news options out there. And that's the great thing about cord cutting. If you don't like something, don't pay for it. Don't support it. Unlike cable, who says, hey, you have 3 packages. If you want to buy one of these 3 packages, you have to get all the channels. If you want one of the channels that's in one of the high packages, you have to pay for everything else that comes with it. With cord cutting, when you don't like Fox's news service, don't pay for it. It's just that simple. Any reports of problems with the Fire TV Stick 4K freezing or fuzzy screens? No, I haven't. If you're having that problem, if you're having a problem with your Fire TV Stick, I would contact Amazon. Is there anything like the Sling box that will allow me to stream my antenna even away from home? Yes, Josh, there's several options. If you primarily use Fire TVs, I would get the Fire TV Recast. The Tableau DVR is another great option out there, which will allow you to stream outside your home. And the Sling TV Air TV player, if you use Sling TV, you can connect your antenna to it, stream your antenna outside the house and in the house. Now, even if you don't have Sling TV, you can still use the Air TV. But it's a much better device if you do have Sling TV because it combines your antenna and your Sling TV channels into one grid, one app. Yeah, 2 people saying they're having issues with the Fire TV Stick. My recommendation is to contact Amazon. I've always had very good customer service, and I've been very happy with Amazon support when I do have any problems. All right, so if you have any questions, we got about 20 more minutes, so get your questions in. I always get emails, "Oh, Luke, you didn't answer my question." Hey, sometimes when I'm answering questions, other questions fly by before I can answer them. So don't be afraid to re-ask, and I'll do my best to answer them. So feel free to re-ask a question if I don't answer it. What's your opinion on the best option for streaming TV? Well, that really depends on what channels you want. My one recommendation would be to go to Core Card, go write down what channels you really want. Sit there and say, hey, I want this channel and this channel and this channel, and these are my absolute must-haves, need this, etc. And then from there, I'm going to share with you a chart. Here we go. This is a chart that breaks down the top 8 largest live TV streaming services. Right there, you can take a look at all of them and say, hey, I want this channel, and it happens to be on these services. So hopefully that chart helps you out there. I'm also going to update it in the show notes down below. It's also in the show notes down below if you'd like that. If I get a new Roku TV, which comes with a 30-day free trial of Sling TV, and put a 3-month payment down on Sling to get the Air TV for $50, well, I'll still get the first 30 days free. I'm not sure. I know, like, if you want to take advantage of their $15 a month sale deal, you cannot also pair it with a free trial. I'm not sure if you can get a free trial and take advantage of the deals to buy like an Air TV. Sling TV has a customer support phone number. I'll give them a call and ask. Have I checked out T-Mobile's new streaming service? No, it's not in my area. It's really their only streaming service that's out there right now is really their cable provider-esque type system. Unfortunately, it's basically a cable provider. They do say later this year they intend to have a more cord-cutting, disruptive streaming service on the market. Does the Apple TV app have free content like the Roku channel? It will, I think, link off to some, but it's not like the Roku channel. It's not a ton of free content. It's more of curating a bunch of different streaming services into a single spot as opposed to bringing you free content. Thank you, Mule Driver Mark. We work hard to try to break all kinds of cord cutting news out there. Hey, John, we're not an actual streaming service. We're just a news organization that talks about a wide range of streaming services. John, I would recommend you take a look at this chart and see which service has the channels you want on it. But we're not a streaming service here. Has Hulu with live TV mentioned a potential price hike? I would expect not, since it hasn't been that long since their last price hike. And here's the reality of it. The idea that some people seem to have the idea with cord cutting there will never be a price hike. And for instance, Netflix went almost 3 years without a price hike before they had one. Sling TV went about 3 years before they had their first price hike. While price hikes do seem to come slower in cord cutting, there still are price hikes. You just can't get away from the fact that there will be price hikes. The reality is, as you add more content, it costs more money. And over time, everybody wants to make more money. So over time, things cost more money. So just keep that in mind. Now, the great thing is, YouTube TV went up $10. Well, DirecTV Now and all these other companies also went up $10. Comcast is the one I'm thinking of actually went up $10. So just because cord cutting may have a price hike, if you think about it, you're saving the same amount of money this year as you did last year because Comcast also went up in price. How do you find a list of free services on Roku? When you go into the Roku channel store, which is the Roku app store, they actually have a free tab with all kinds of free services out there. Hold on one second. For some reason, my iPad decided to put a screen up over it. I had to click on a button to get away from it. Sorry about that. All right. When will Locast add more cities? Only 9. They have said they intend to add more cities. They have not said when, other than the fact that they are working on adding more cities. When's YouTube TV coming to the Fire Stick? They have not said when, other than that it's coming this year. So hopefully soon it will be coming to the Fire TV Stick. Could be December 31st, could be tomorrow, we just don't know. Any suggestions on a good multi-directional antenna for attics? I looked at the Winegard and Antenna Top. I like Antenna Top for size, but I wasn't sure the performance. And Winegard and Antenna Top are good. Antenna Direct is good. Mohu is another multi-directional antenna you may want to check out. Luke, would Comcast offer support for YouTube TV, much similar to how Verizon is? Probably not right now, because Comcast is working on their own streaming service. So we'll see what happens. But for now, I would be very shocked if Comcast jumped in and offered support for a streaming service out there, other than their own. They're still trying to get you to pay $5 a month to rent a streaming player from them. So Comcast is still stuck in their old mindset. Let's just say that. What kind of TVs do I own? I have a little bit of everything. I've got some Philips, got some Samsung, LG, some TCL TVs. I got a Fire TV dish, Smart TV, Roku TVs. I got a little bit of everything. I actually have about 4 sitting in my office right now that are review units. I even have an Android TV, Smart TV that we just haven't gotten around to posting anything about, or that we've posted about on YouTube, excuse me. But we haven't gotten around to returning yet. So we have a little bit of everything out there. Is Stir adding any more cities? Stir will only add cities where Sinclair owns. So for now, I would say if you live in a market where Sinclair is not, I would say Stir will probably not be coming to your city. But Stir, even if it doesn't have your local news, still has a ton of really good content out there. Does Cox Cable have an app? I'm not sure about Cox, to be honest with you. I don't really follow the cable side as much as I follow the cord cutting side. I just canceled my subscription to DirecTV Now because YouTube TV offers some local channels that were on DirecTV. That's the great thing about cord cutting. If one service you think is better, you can easily switch with very minimal effort. No contracts. Easy online cancellation for most part. All right, you got about 10 more minutes. Get your questions in right now and we'll do our best to answer it. And again, I see so many new people here. It's great to have you here. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Helps us a lot. Hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV. Is it too early to talk about consolidation? Not this time. Though, like I posted about the beginning of the year, I do, mathematically, there's more live TV streaming services, there's more streaming services, period, than probably the market could sustain. So I do expect some will fail. Just that simple. Some won't make it. All right, quick question of the day. So many people here. Hey, what's everybody watching right now? Give me a movie or a TV show you would recommend and where you can watch it. Is it on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, Curiosity Stream? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'll love to hear from you. What's the chances that DirecTV Now will go belly up if it keeps losing subscribers? Highly unlikely it will go belly up, but wouldn't be surprised if AT&T, if it keeps losing subscribers, makes some major changes to the service here in the weeks or months to come. Probably, though, weeks and months is probably way too soon. In the years to come. AT&T's got a lot invested in it. They're not going to walk away from it easily. But if it continues to lose subscribers, nothing changes in that field. It is very possible that they will end up walking away from it. Survivor on CBS, Polar on Netflix, Black Sunday Netflix, Warrior Cinemax.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Not talking to you over there. Watching me right now, Richard, thank you. But I do appreciate the recommendation. But if you have another show you would recommend, I love that. Hogan's Heroes. There's a good one. NBA Playoffs, there's another good one. Kitchen Nightmares and Film Rise. Kitchen Nightmares is always a good one. Always enjoyed that show. Hannah on Amazon, the Orville. Split on FX. When's my next vacation? I don't know. May is going to be extremely busy at work, though. Hallmark Mysteries on Sling TV is a good one option. Great to see so many people with suggestions today. All right, so about 5 more minutes or so. We'll call us about 10 minutes early today. If you have any questions, get it in. I'll try to get a few more. If you're new here again, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, we do a weekly or daily cord cutting update. On Saturdays, we do a weekly recap of some of the biggest stories from the past week. So hit that subscribe button for all kinds of news, tricks, reviews, how-to guides, and more. All about cord cutting, helping you break free from the high-cost cable TV and still stream your content. Jack Ryan on Amazon, there's another good one. Game of Thrones, I actually have not seen any of the Game of Thrones. I actually own season 1. It's kind of on my list of things to watch, just haven't got there. Yeah, thank you so much for the great suggestions. Hopefully somebody found something interesting to watch. The greatest story ever told. Hey, that's you got here late, but that's okay because after this ends, I will have it uploaded to YouTube within about half an hour, so you can rewatch it. Join us next Wednesday too for our next Cord Cutting Q&A live. Bradley, hey, thank you so much for watching us every day. I really appreciate it. Your support really makes this all possible. Yes, T-Mobile does have a TV service. They bought a small cable provider. They say they're coming out with a disruptive cable-esque streaming service later this year. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Have Fox Sports channels been sold yet? Not yet, but word is Sinclair's the top bidder. We should know in the next couple of weeks who bought them, but all reports are pointing to Sinclair right now. In your opinion, is the Roku Ultra close to what the Roku Premier? I would say the Roku Ultra is a little bit better than the Roku Premier, but if the Roku Premier is doing everything you need, keep it, you're good. Especially if you have the cheaper Roku Premiers now, those little small ones that look like Express, the Roku Ultra is far better. It's just a far more powerful device with far better Wi-Fi in it. Yes, our TCL giveaway is over. We did post the winner on the site. We've emailed the winner a couple times. So the winner has been contacted. All right. What are some up-and-coming streaming services that you may not know of yet? I would say Curiosity Stream is one of the ones out there. Crunchyroll, if you like anime, it's been around a while, but still a lot of people don't know about it. In the free realm, the Zoom and the Pluto TVs and the Roku channels and Tubi and Crackle are some great ones out there. So there's a few you may not know about that I would recommend checking out. Luke, in your opinion, what's the best device to watch YouTube TV? Really, I think all of them work great. Of course, Android TV, YouTube is owned by Google, who also owns Android TV, a little club there. But I watch on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV. I think they all work about the same. All right. I usually rewatch, but wanted to get in on the great information up front. Thank you, Brent. Thank you for being a supporter of the YouTube channel, though. I also really appreciate that you've donated to the channel. And I'm glad you will be back. I really, really do appreciate that. Do I like Cox? I can't say I've ever lived in a market where I've paid for Cox. I'm sure I've been in a hotel that's used Cox Internet, but I've never actually paid for it, so I'm not sure what I think of it. All right, everybody. I think we're going to call it. It's been about 50 minutes. I know a little bit early, but we're going to wrap it up. Last question. John, will any chance of Sling TV adding in the Big Ten Network? There is a chance, but they haven't said anything about it actually happening. Yeah. Just wanted to say a special thank you to everybody who came here, everybody who subscribes, everybody who donates, everybody who leaves a super chat. Huge help. I really appreciate it. And I thank you for your support. Can't believe it. We topped 65,000 YouTube subscribers. We're on our way. Next stop, 100,000. We'll see if we hit it this year. That's the goal. So a special thank you to everybody out there for your support. Your help, letting people know, just watching these videos, visiting the site, it's a huge help. Hopefully we've helped you break free from the high cost cable TV and save some money while still watching the shows you want. So we're going to continue to do that every single day. We got big plans. We're slowly trying to improve the site. So hang in there. Check out tomorrow. We have big news planned. So check it out. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I hope you all stay safe and dry wherever you may be. I will see you next week, Wednesday, for our live Q&A, but I'll also see you tomorrow for our daily cord cutting Q&A recap. So keep that in mind. So I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for our weekly cord cutting Q&A, or cord cutting today update, excuse me. Robert, hey, thank you so much for that $2. I really appreciate it. All right, everybody, take care. I will see you tomorrow.